quick introduction because the important part is from you, right? So welcome. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. So today it's around additional functionality that, especially here in Asia, we often need as a requirement, or that we often see as a requirement from prospects and customers when we are working on them there, that is not as a standard available in Acumatica. So we are working with Bimser already longer time now, and decided to do this fresh up webinar to get everybody updated again about the functionality that is available. From my personal opinion, main focus is on the asset maintenance, as we have a lot of requests there from manufacturer, mining industry, and so on. But you will see the whole portfolio today, and I think all these functionalities is really interesting for you maybe to include it into your portfolio if you focus on one of these specific markets. So with this, I think, Kevin, just go ahead and show us what you have.
Sure. Torsten, thank you very much. Much appreciated for introductions. So thank you very much for your time. My name is Kevin Dereci. I'm with Bimser International. So we've been looking forward to this webinar, and I much appreciate Torsten's introductory speech. So today we'll talk about Bimser International software product range and how it actually complements Acumatica to help you basically become more competitive in the marketplace. So on my side, there is me from Bimser International side. I also invited my colleague, Sam Watt. He's also with us. Sam is our senior pre-sales software engineer. And Sam will be performing a demonstration of our systems on a high level. Today we'll keep basically presentation and demonstration on a high level. And if you'd like to know more about any of our systems, please just send us an email and we can schedule a demo session with you. And we are also looking forward to partnering with you as well moving forward. Similar to Acumatica, we are channel only and we sell only to our partners. So we always welcome to any request to schedule any demo sessions or introductions. So I'd like to start with a set of slides as presentation, and then I'll hand it over to Sam, and Sam will be showing you the system. So it's going to be mostly the demonstration during our webinar session, so that you can see our systems and ask you questions towards the end of our webinar, if that's all right. Our company is Bimser International, and we are an enterprise software publisher since 1998. We are based in New York, and we have global presence. We are ISO 9001 certified, so we have a quality management system in place. In essence, we help organizations adopt digital transformation, and we help companies simplify their business process. That's actually what we do. So since we have global presence, we've been helping organizations adopt digital transformation for many years. As you see on the map, we are active globally, and also we are active, of course, in Asia as well through our channel partners. We are a group of companies actually. So we are based in New York. Our global headquarters in Istanbul metro area. We also have a company in the Netherlands, in Europe, called Bimser Europe. So in total, we are about 300 people. We are backed by European Bank as one of our investors. And we are an Acumatica ISV in different continents, in Asia, in North America, South America, Africa, as well as Australia. So we are very close to Acumatica, and we have good relationship with the company, which we are very happy about. Since 1998, we developed these 4 products, just like Torsten mentioned. So that's our specialty, and these are also certified solution by Acumatica, so that's very complementary. We have EBA. EBA is our workflow engine. It helps companies basically automate their business processes. We have BEAM, just like Torsten mentioned earlier. So it helps companies manage their assets, machinery, equipment, and their maintenance operations, as well as we have QDMS for quality management, and we have Ensemble for business process modeling and performance management. In the bottom left, you can also see a contract management application we built specifically for Acumatica. It helps companies manage their customer contracts as well as vendor contracts. It also has portal capability, so you can also position EBA as a vendor portal or customer portal. All of our systems, they have actually integration capabilities. So it integrates with Acumatica that's certified. It also integrates with manufacturing execution systems, smart sensors, IoT devices, PLC devices, Microsoft Office, and other business systems that we can integrate so that customers, they won't have to double enter any data. Since 1998, we actually deployed many projects. These numbers show how many projects we deployed by the end of last year. More or less, it also shows how many customers we have. So right now we have more than 2,000 corporate customers, and we have more than 2 million professional users using our systems on a daily basis. So our systems are scalable for plant maintenance management, for quality management, for contract management, and many companies using our systems worldwide with many different users, by the way. One of the advantages of our systems, our software products, is actually our systems are vertical free. So you can actually offer it to many different industries. As Torsten mentioned earlier, you can offer our products to manufacturing companies, construction companies, mining, energy companies as well. In addition, we have customers in aerospace, automotive, as well as medical device, food and beverage industry, retail industry, and many other industries that are listed on the slide. So in that sense, we have experience in many different industries, and our products are basically very flexible for you to position in different market places. Historically, we are coming from enterprise market. That is why we have many reputable companies using our systems. We work with 3M, we work with Ford, United Nations is one of our customers. We work with Bridgestone, we work with Starbucks, for example. So these are some of them. I just pick and choose some of them, and there are of course many more. So these companies, they put their trust and their confidence in our company, and they've been using our systems for many years. So in a nutshell, that's who we are and what we do. So what I like to do is I like to invite my colleague Sam to our virtual stage so that he can show you our systems on a high level, how they look, how they feel. And also, if you have any questions, you can ask us. And if you'd like to schedule any detailed demo session moving forward, we definitely welcome it. So you can send us an email and we can discuss further. So I'll stop sharing and I'm going to let my colleague Sam take over the screen. Sam, you ready?
All right.
Yeah, looks good. Thank you, Sam.
Anytime. And thank you for joining today's webinar. And this is Sam, the pre-sales software engineer of Bimser International based in New York. And in the following, I will demonstrate you on a high level of our enterprise business automation platform, which is a business process automation platform, which is EBA, and also QDMS, our quality, risk, audit, and compliance management system. And at last, we'll get into BIM, our asset, facility, fleet, maintenance, and energy management system. As for all the systems that I have mentioned, they are integrated with Acumatica ERP. So they can work as the standalone and also work under the same page of Acumatica. Like how do you connect to Acumatica ERP? So you can connect to our system by using the web browser and also in the same page of Acumatica. So on the left, you can still get into the workspaces of Acumatica ERP. And on the right, you can manage the different modules that we have in our products. So let's get started with EBA. As I've mentioned, EBA is our enterprise business process automation platform. So by using EBA, you can digitize any business process that you are currently having in of your organization, and you can manage all of them digitally. And this is the homepage of EBA. Right after you log in, you can find all the pending tasks and also the request for approval on this homepage. And you can get a quick connection to and start managing this particular request by clicking the items in this widget. And one more thing right here before we get into the modules is EBA is a permission-based system. Not everyone can see everything. You will see what you are supposed to do based on the permissions that are granted to your account, which means different users have different permissions based on their role position, profession, or department. As I'm now logging in as the admin so that I have the full control of the system, and on our left, this is the main menu of EBA, which you can find all the modules that we have in EBA. And thanks to the modular structure of our system, you can pick and choose the modules that you want to have and deploy on your on-premise and cloud server, which means you don't have to subscribe or get all the modules that we have in EBA. But instead, you can pick and choose the one that you want to have, which you think that helps you cope with your challenges that you have while you're running your business of your operation of your organization. And there are 4 basic modules that we have in EBA, which are document management module, the workflow management module, dashboard management module, and the capture capture module. And as for EBA, it is born as a workflow management. It's born with the workflow management module. So that means EBA has a very powerful workflow engine. And then we have our document management module, dashboard, and capture module add-on on this platform. So that let us dive into the workflow management module first. And in this module, you can find all your pending tasks and also the request for approval in this module, so that you can always keep tracking all the approval flow and also the request status right in this workflow management module. So where is the request or the approval are coming from? Actually, we digitize your business process as an application in our system. And you can tell the capability and also the flexibility of EBA. And that's why I mentioned that a couple of minutes ago. We can digitize any business process for any industry. So these are some sample applications that I have in my demo environment, and we have different applications for production management, for quality management, like root cause analyze, and also like purchasing management, legal document management, or contract management. Also, like some applications for human resource management purposes. So let me open one of the application right here and show it to you how our application works. And as for all the applications that we have in each, meaning for digitizing your business process, there are 2 sides that we have to configure or that we can manage. First of all, is the form side for data entry, and the other side is the workflow. So for every single application or the form that we have in EBA, there is a unique workflow working behind it. And we can configure the workflow and also the form design based on the actual operation of your company or your expectations. And in EBA, we can have the text box that capture your name and also your email automatically in order to minimize the manual data entry, in order to minimize the human error. And also we can have a drop-down list, which are available for you to choose the items provided in a drop-down list. And also pick and choose the date and also time from the calendar or from the clock. In addition, EBA supports multi-currency so that you can always pick and choose different currency type from a drop-down. And at last, we can also restrict the user what they can enter on their form, meaning we can restrict or limit the users can only enter the alphabetic character or the numeric character in a certain text box in order to make sure the users are entering the correct information or data in this particular request. And at last, attachment is always available by using the application that we have in EBA, so that the users can upload a document as an attachment to their request, so that they can browse their local drive and attach it right here as an attachment to the request. So which the attachment can be a reference or can be a evidence to this particular request by using our application. EBA also supports different file formats that can be opened in this built-in browser, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image, and even video and audio. And once it is ready, then we can send this to the next approver based upon our workflow. So in this workflow, we can send this. So where we are at is the flow starter, and then we can send this to the manager. And after the manager reviewed it, we can also manage the comparison in the workflow. And one more side note here is by using EBA, 90% of our time is just using our drag and drop technology while we are managing or updating the application or even designing our application. You don't have, you are not required to have any coding skill at all, so that everyone can be like a developer for managing the application that we have in EBA. And on the top, there are different control icons that we can interact with. So say now all the data is ready, so that we can send this to the next approver. And this is the flow history page that shows you the status and also like who we are waiting for. This is the audit trail that allow us to keep tracking the requests that we have sent out. And in EBA, we have the dashboard module, which visualize all the data that you have into the ranges of this dashboard. Your data will be shown as a scorecard, as a list, pie chart, table, and even pie chart or bar chart. In addition, all the widgets, they interact with each other. Considering the one on the top left, these are different locations, departments, or teams that we have in our company. And once we select an item in this list, and all the data will change accordingly. So that by using this dashboard module, you can always keep tracking and monitoring and monitor the performance and also KPIs of the company. At last, in EBA, we have the document management module and also the records management module. By using this module, you can manage your folder structure, meaning we can create different folders by document type, locations, departments, or team. And once the folder is ready, we can also manage the subfolder or uploading the documents right away under this main folder. And this is my folder for my demonstration or for this webinar. And we can upload different documents into this module, like our contracts, invoices, training material, for example, in different formats. Again, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image, video, and even audio. And you don't have to download any other application or software for reading your document. So now I'm opening a PDF file, and the folder this document will be opened in the built-in browser of EBA. So I don't have to download any other like a reader or something else, and instead it will be shown right here in this built-in browser. Meaning once the document is uploaded to our system, anytime you can browse it or you can read it as long as you have the permission to do so. Of course, as you know, EBA is a permission-based system, which I've mentioned at the beginning of my demonstration. Also, we can have our watermark to be created or attached on your document automatically. Like what you see on the screen, like signed it, that is not belong to the original document, and that is a watermark, meaning watermark feature is also available in EBA, and EBA also helps you manage the versioning. So once you upload an update version of your document, the version number will increment automatically, and as long as you have the permission, you can also get back to the previous version of your document. And there are different actions that you can interact with your system, with your document or folder, like renaming it, copying it, or creating a shortcut or favorite it. Those are permission based, and we can always manage the permissions to the users or user group under this security page. For example, like the actions of reading the document, different version, downloading the document, or copying it, share as an external link. So those actions are permission based, as long as you have the permission to do so. Otherwise, you are not allowed it to interact or perform such actions against your document. And all the actions will be recorded in an archive of EBA, and this is the audit trail that save the username, date and time, and also the action type, so that you can always keep tracking what the users have done in your system and against your document, so that we can always keep our documents insecure. And next, we can get into QDMS. QDMS is our quality, risk, audit, and compliance management system. And by using QDMS, it helps you manage your quality management activities. For example, like your control document management, also like your customer complaint management activities, corrective action management, risk assessment, audit, or training. So what we see on the screen is the homepage of QDMS, which you can find all your pending tasks and also the request for approval on this homepage. Again, QDMS is like EBA. It is a permission-based system, so not everyone can see everything. You will see what you're supposed to do based on the permissions that are granted to your account. So right here on this homepage, we can get a quick connection and start managing our task, like the document that is waiting for our approval. Then we can open this widget and get a quick connection to this particular task. And on the top left, this is the main menu of QDMS. QDMS provides over 30 modules, and thanks to the modular structure, you can pick and choose the modules that you want to have and deploy on your server. So you're not getting all the modules that is available in QDMS. Again, based upon your challenges and also your needs, then you can have the particular modules to be deployed on your server. And in QDMS, it helps you manage your quality management activities. And let us get into some of them, which is the popular modules that we have in QDMS. For example, the control document management module, which we can upload our control documents like our specifications, SOPs, policies, or our procedures. And also we can have our revision process to be managed in our system, meaning we update our policies or the control documents from our local. And then we can start a revision process and upload the most up-to-date one into the system. And as for using QDMS, the system will be the final stop for all your control documents, meaning if those control documents, like in my computer or in her computer, or in his computer, those are not the control documents, meaning those are not officiate at all in our organization. as long as you upload them in QDMS. And in QDMS, there is a built-in browser that allows you to open the documents within the built-in browser. Again, you don't have to download any other software or application for reading your documents. Instead, they will be shown in the built-in browser, which I will show you. One of the example is the SOP that I upload in my demo environment. So what I have to do is click the documents, and then this document will be opened in our system. So even though that we are still in Acumatica ERP or in our system as a standalone, the content of your documents will be shown right here in this built-in browser, which we also call it the Bimser Viewer. And this is how it looks like for my SOP. So we have different procedure that we have in listed in this document, and everything is highlighted. On the top, there are different tabs that we can interact with, like we can find the basic document information under this page, like who is the document owner, the creation date, approval date, revision date, for example. And also, the system keep all the version of your documents in the system or in the database. So as long as you have the permission, you're more than welcome to open the original or the previous version of your documents. So for example, what I'm going to open is the original one, and this is how it looks like. Nothing is highlighted. While you're managing your revision process, you have to also enter the reason why you are having a new version of this document and what you have updated in the latest version, which will be marked as the reason and also the description. While we are uploading and updating the document, we can also manage the permission matrix, meaning granting the permissions to the users or user groups, like reading, printing, revising, getting back to the previous version, or deleting the document. And also the disposition list, meaning who will receive a reminder or notification once this document is uploaded or updated in our system. For example, like to the manager, they have to be familiar with our company policy. So once the company policy that we have saved in the system has been updated, meaning a new version has been updated, then all the manager will receive a notification in their own QDMS account and also in their email inbox. Similar logic applied to the approval flow as well. So while we are uploading or updating our documents, we can also invite different users into this approval flow, and they will receive a notification and a task for reading and approving this particular request. All the activities will be recorded in QDMS with the username, date, and also the time of the action type. So that this is the audit trail that allows you to keep tracking all the activities that the users are performed in your system. In QDMS, there are different modules that we can, there is a reporting tool that is available in all the modules of QDMS. So you can generate different ready-made reports in the system. For example, the document status reports. So once we have our reports, or before we are generating our report, we can set up different criteria or conditions. And once those have, these conditions have been set up, then we can have our searching and all your records will be shown in a list. And you're more than welcome to export your report into Excel or PDF for sharing with any responsible parties or for your own documentation. And in QDMS, we also have the corrective action module, as known as CAPA module. And by using QDMS, all your corrective action records will be shown in different status based upon the progress that we are based upon the progress, that's how we are dealing with this particular non-conformity. And all your records can be found and opened as a report-like page, which shows what you have entered for this non-conformity, like the non-conformity description, category, and also the solution team, first progress report, the root cause, and also the actions that we have to perform in order to come with this root cause. So that the system, in short, will take you step by step for managing your non-conformity and also assigning a team to take care of this particular non-conformity. We also have the audit management module that we can create different audit planning for internal use or external use, meaning we can have our internal audit or external audit. In another word, we can audit our employees and also audit our suppliers, vendors, or subcontractors. And once we have our plan ready, also we can create different audit items and set up the date and the time and who will be the auditee, for example. So those can be managed in QDMS. So what do we see on the screen is how we can schedule it, and then the auditor and also the auditee will receive a notification in their own QDMS account and also in their own email inbox. Another nice feature to have is we can upload all the audit questions into the question pool of QDMS, so that we can pick and choose the questions from the question pool, so that the auditor can use this as an reference while they are auditing the auditee. So by using QDMS, you will be ready for your audit activities every day with the internet connection. At last, we come to the risk assessment management module, which now our risk assessment is getting more and more important, especially while we are complying with ISO standard. It's become a must. So that for risk assessment management activities, we can also have manage it digitally in QDMS. So we can have our risk assessment planning to be defined in QDMS and create different risk assessment items, meaning we can have the assessment for different departments. And as for risk assessment, it is not a one-time job. We have to perform it periodically and continuously, like annually, semi-yearly, quarterly, or even monthly. And all the records will be shown in different color, like green, yellow, and red. When they're in green color, meaning the impact is not that critical, and also it's not likely to for this risk happened in our organization. If it is in red color, that means the impact is critical and it's highly likely to happen in our company. Also, you can find the trend of your risk assessment record compared with the previous version of this record. And while we are recording the data of this risk assessment, we can enter and record the information like the source of the risk, the impact, and how this impact, how critical this impact is to our organization, and how likely it will happen in our company. And the system will calculate the risk score automatically and mark it in different risk index. All of them are configurable in our system, and we can also schedule different precaution action, saying for this risk, it is a non-conformity to our company, so that we can create a corrective action record in the corrective action management module, or connect this risk to a control documents that we have in the control document management module. So all the modules that we have in QDMS, they have a communication tunnel, meaning an internal communication among them, so that we can always connect the record that we have in certain module with another module. Now let us get into BIM. BIM is our asset, facility, fleet, maintenance, and energy management system. By using this system, it helps you manage the information of your asset, maintenance scheduling, and also like the information of your spare parts. So all of them can be managed in BIM. And if you are managing such information in Acumatica, for example, your fixed asset or your spare part, like as a stock item in Acumatica ERP, we will capture the information from Acumatica ERP to our system, meaning you keep your master data in the ERP system, and we captured it to our system accordingly, in order to avoid any double entry. So right here we have a dashboard right after we log in to BIM, and on the top left, this is the main menu of the system. You can find those 4 basic modules like asset, maintenance, material, and also the personnel as known as resource management module. So in the asset management module, we can have you will find the graphical asset tree that allows you to upload the blueprint and also the floor plan of your facility or your plant. And you can also pinpoint the location of your fixed asset. So by coming to this graphical asset tree, you can find the status of your asset, like how they're doing on the ground without any physical checking, as if there's any maintenance that you schedule to this fixed asset, its color will turn from green to red. Also in BIM, we have the map feature that you can integrate with the GPS that you equip on your moving asset for maintenance purposes. Therefore, you can find the real-time location of your moving asset if you are sending it to the service center, and make sure your asset receives the maintenance or the repairing on time and in place. In addition, in BIM, we have the asset tree that shows the structure of your company in a hierarchy form, so that we can expand like certain particular locations that we have recorded in your BIM and see what kind of asset that we have allocated to this particular location. Furthermore, we can find the asset line in this asset tree, meaning we can combine different assets together for performing a single task. Like we have a truck and we equip the tires with the truck. In case there is any maintenance that you schedule to the parent asset, and in this example will be the truck, those the maintenance will apply to the dependent asset as well. And in the scope of facility management, you can also record the building as an asset. Then we can find how many floors that we have, and in different floor, how many rooms that we have, and what kind of appliances that we have in this particular room. And in terms of the layer of this asset tree, you do not have any limitation. In another word, you can have infinity layers in the asset tree. And as for managing the information of our asset, of course, we can record the code, the name, the brand, model, and also the barcode number of our asset. Furthermore, we can define the default materials or spare parts that will be used for any maintenance that we schedule to this asset, and also the maintenance team. In BIM, we can also manage the information of the insurance or inspection and ask the system send us an alert by the time it is going to expire. Any pictures that you of your asset and also documents, related documents like safety guideline, handbook, instructions can be attached and connect with your asset. In BIM, there is a reporting tool that allows you to generate over 10,000 ready-made reports, like the asset status report, and you're more than welcome to put some criteria, conditions to your report, and all the data will be shown as a table or pie chart, depending the report that you're generating. You're more than welcome to export your report into PDF or Excel or image for sharing with any responsible parties. Other than that, you can schedule the report to be sent by the system automatically, like who is going to receive it and how often they will receive this report, like every day at 9 in the morning, certain day in a week, or certain date of a month. In case there is any unplanned breakdown to your asset, the operators or like the driver of the truck, they can file a work request. And as for BIM, we have a native mobile application, same thing to QDMS and EBA, which I will show you in a minute. They can use the handheld device like a smartphone or tablet for filing a work request. And they can attach the picture that they take by using their smartphone or tablet as a reference or evidence to the maintenance team. And the work request that you created can be found in this work order pool. So for this work order pool is where we schedule the work or the maintenance activities to our asset. So what you will see on the top right is we can pick and choose the date and also the time for this work order. And you can pick and choose the time and also the date from the clock and also from the calendar. From the left, you can find the items in this submenu of this work order, which we can define who should be involved or who have been involved in this work order, the material that we will use or we have used, the work steps that we have defined it as a reference to the maintenance team, and also the costs that we have spent in this work order. So right here, you can see the labor and the material, also the service cost. So services provided by the third party can also record it in our system, like the services provided by the service provider, vendor, supplier, or subcontractor. In order to keep your asset at the best condition, we can also schedule the preventive maintenance to our asset. And there are two different ways that we schedule the preventive maintenance, like followed by date, like after a certain time period, then we will have a preventive maintenance to be created automatically, like every 60 days, or every 6 months, or every 24 months, or every 5 years, for example. Also, we can have the followed by counter value reading, meaning we integrate with the IoT devices that you equip on your asset, and based on certain criteria, like based on production, temperature, vibration, rotation, humidity, or kilometer, then the system creates a preventive maintenance automatically. For example, like after 10,000 production, then a preventive maintenance will be generated. So we have the spare parts or the material as known as a spare parts management module, which you can find all the information of your material. For example, like you can manage the information like the code, the name, and also like the brand, model, expiration date, UOM, barcode number if there's any. Also, we can set up what we can manage is in BIM is the warehouse parameter. So as for the warehouse parameter, we can optimize our inventory costs and by setting up the minimum, maximum, and also the safety stock level. So by the time the quantity of this spare part reaching either one of them, and the responsible person will receive a notification. Information of the vendor and equivalent, meaning the substitution, can also be recorded in BIM, and you're more than welcome to attach the picture of your spare part in our system. As for all the material transaction, you can manage it in our system, like incoming, withdrawal, or transfer from one location to another. Saying we purchase more materials to this warehouse, and once we receive it, then we can record it in our system, and the system will have a unique voucher number for you to keep tracking what you have received or what you have used from this particular warehouse. At last, we come to the personnel as known as the resource management module, which we can manage all the information of our employees, or I must say the maintenance team. And what you can do is, with this module, is record the employee ID, the name, the team, location, and also the shift that they are working as. In addition, you can upload the license or the certificate that is being held by this particular employees. The system also keep tracking the expiration date of the license in order to make sure they renew the license by the time it is going to expire. We also have the resource occupation calendar that you can find the schedule of your employees and compare the schedules among the employees. So while you're assigning the task, for example, then you can have an overview like what is their availability, and also what the schedule are of this maintenance team, in order to avoid any conflict while you're assigning the task. And as for ERP, QDMS, and also BIM, there is a native mobile application which is available for Android and iOS device. So you can download them from the App Store or Google Play Store and start using them in your smartphone or tablet. So what I'm going to show you on the screen is my smartphone running in Android system. So we have BIM, QDMS, and also ERP mobile application. For example, as for ERP, then we can connect to ERP by using our smartphone and log into the system with the same credentials that you log in by using the web browser or within Acumatica ERP screen. So what you can see right here is once you log in, and you can find all the pending tasks and also the request for approval, and also find all the applications that we have digitized in our system. Same thing for BIM and QDMS. So as for BIM, we can also log into our system and find the information or generating a work request in this mobile application. So like I can log in and then saying I find something wrong with our asset, like for our truck. Then on this homepage, I can file a work request, and then I can generate one as a fast request form. And also by using our system, you can also scan the barcode or QR code or by using your handheld device. Like let's say for the asset, I don't want to choose the asset from like let's say 1,000 records, and instead we can scan the barcode or QR code that we have labeled on our asset. It comes to the end of my demonstration on a high level. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sam, for the demonstration. Is there any questions from audience that you'd like us to address? In the meantime, I received some questions in the chat box. Maybe I can address them while we are waiting for other audience in case they have any questions. So one of the questions about actually mobile application, if there is a mobile application, as my colleague Sam demonstrated for Beam, we also have native mobile applications for EVA, our workflow and document management platform, and QDMS, our quality and compliance management software as well. So we do have native mobile applications for those. There is another question in the chat box about pricing. So for the pricing of our systems, you can send us an email. We can discuss more. In essence, the pricing depends on number of users and number of modules typically. So that basically constitutes the pricing as we approach any opportunity. As you can see on the slide, you can see my email address as well as our website. So you can visit our website to learn more about our systems, and you can send me an email in case you have any questions, or if you'd like to schedule any meeting to talk further about our systems, about our partnership model, and so on. There are a couple more questions that I can address in the chat box. So so one of the questions is, how is the modular approach? Can we choose any module as we wish? Is there any minimum? Okay, so the question is if there is any minimum module requirement when you are getting our systems, and or you can pick any module you like. So in essence, there is no minimum requirement. You can pick and choose any module you like. For example, for QDMS, we have more than 30 modules. You can pick and choose any module you like. If you are compliant with ISO 9001, you may want to get some of the modules as you wish. We can make some suggestions, but at the end of the day, it depends on the customer. So that's perfectly fine. Some of our customers start with a couple of modules on QDMS and then add more modules. Some of them, they start with 5, 6 modules, for example, to comply with ISO, and then they add more modules moving forward. So these are all common practices in general. Same thing for Beam and EVA, I must say. So the modular approach basically helps us offer the system the way that customer wants, which is very flexible if you think about it. I see one more question in the chat box. Do you offer training and partner enablement? Yes, so we are channel only, as I mentioned earlier. So we sell only through our local channel partners, very similar to Acumatica. And we do training. Basically, we provide training to our partners. So there is a partner enablement process when we are partnering. And we do offer training. These trainings are various. There is pre-sales training, there is implementation training, as well as admin training. So these are all certified training. So we offer the trainings as well as certifications to officiate those trainings. So they are available upon partnership. So we definitely welcome it. We are definitely looking forward to these steps with you. Torsten, looks like I answered all the questions. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I just would like to say thank you again. I think it's very, very interesting. And for everybody on the call, we are talking in Acumatica a lot about industry focus, selecting for our partners as a recommendation, selecting specific markets you want to focus on. And this can be part of it, right? So depending on the industry you want to focus on with your Acumatica business, it might make sense to include one or multiple of these solutions into your portfolio and going out into the industry. Again, it's a little bit industry dependent, but this is hopefully we give you a little bit to think about today. If this is something that you should add, so you can comply with the requirements out of the with the prospects that coming out of the specific industry. So thank you very much, Kevin and Sam, for providing this today. I think it's interesting add-ons for our resellers, definitely.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much for having us. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to working with you closely as always.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Bye now. Thank you.
Kevin.
Thank you. Bye now. Stay safe. Thank you.